Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'll be working through this question, which is question 4, civil drawing. All right, so this is the grade 12 EGD media exam for 2024, so I'll only focus on this question, which is question 4. All right, civil drawing. Okay, and then I'll guide you step by step through the question, so that you understand how to approach the question, how to draw in the features, and so on, right? Okay, so first of all, when you approach this question, you have to read the instructions, the given instructions, and then after reading through the instructions, you will have to analyze the given information on this page. All right, and make sure when you read through these instructions you understand what is required and what's given. All right, okay, so we have two questions here. We have question 4.1 and 4.2. So under 4.1 we have the two sub questions. The first one is the floor plan, and then the second one is the west elevation. All right, and then for 4.2 we have the sectional elevation, which is the detailed section. All right, okay, so we have two questions there. I'll skip this section because this is what is given to us. So it's everything that's given to us here. As you can see there, we are given the incomplete west elevation and the incomplete floor plan there. We have the door and window schedules here with dimensions, with the window notes. It's very important for you to note this given points. Okay, and then we have the roof components there, the fascia boards and roof caps and blah blah blah. All right, here I have the electrical symbols. For this section, it is very important for you to know those electrical symbols. You must know that this is the socket outlet and this is the switched socket outlet. All right, so you must know the difference there, and also for the switches there you must know the difference. All right, okay, I have the distribution board there, the electrical meter, the earth, the outdoor light, the ceiling light there, the fluorescent light, and then we are given the fixtures there with dimensions. Right, okay, you must know the graphical representations of these fixtures so that when you draw those features on your floor plan, you draw the correct symbol. All right, okay, so I'll start with the first question, which is the floor plan. I have to draw the complete floor plan. All right, so I'll just read the instructions there. Instructions: answer this question on page 6, which is the next page. It's this page here. Okay, using the given incomplete floor plan and position of the ground level, draw to scale 1:50. So this is very important. The scale for the floor plan and the elevation, it's 1:50. All right, okay, and then obviously I have to draw the following views of the new house. I have to draw the complete floor plan and the complete west elevation. For the floor plan, I'll have to add the following features. I'll have to add all the doors, windows, all the features as indicated by the abbreviations. From the incomplete floor plan, we have the abbreviations there as WB, WC, the B. So you must know the graphic symbols for those features. And then we have the electrical fittings. I have to add the electrical fittings as indicated by the numbers. So the numbers is for the electrical fittings. As you can see here, they've listed the electrical fittings there. Where there is number 1 on the floor plan, that means you have to add the one-way switch single pole. All right, I'll have to add all hatching detail. So obviously we have the walls there, that means I'll have to hatch the walls. All right, okay, that's it for the floor plan. So I'll just start adding all the doors and windows. I'll start with the first point. So obviously, as you can see there, I have D2, D1, D2. Okay, we have only D1 and D2. So D1 is the double swing door. All right, and then D2 is just the single swing door. All right. Okay, so I'll start with D1 there, which is the double swing door. It means I'll draw two door swings here. All right, and then I'll have two doors, obviously. All right, as you can see on my floor plan, so this is the answer space. I've added some features there, all right, because of time. So I'll start with door 1, all right, because I left that open so that I can show you how to draw that particular door. Okay, so this is just a normal door. The difference is that we have two swings. All right. Okay, so when it comes to drawing a door, as you know, we have the door frame, that slot there, that's where the door will sit when you close the door. All right, so I'll start by drawing the door itself. I'll just draw a light construction line there from the corner there. This is the door frame. All right, and then if you check there, we are given the thickness of the doors. The thickness is 50. We are given the thickness of the doors there. The thickness is 50, and remember the scale is 1 is to 50. So 50 divided by 50, it's 1. So it means the thickness of the door is gonna be 1. And then I'll just draw a light construction line there. The thickness of the door. All right. Okay, so after drawing those two construction lines, I can just put my compass at that point there. Before that, I have to get the center point, the midpoint. So I'll just measure the length of this opening. It's 36, so I have to divide this by 2. 36 divided by 2, it's 18. So I'll just mark there a point. So this is the midpoint. So 36 divided by 2, it's 18. All right, so I'll put my compass there to the midpoint there. All right, and then obviously I'll just draw the door swing there. All right, just like that. Okay, I'll have to do the same thing this side, because remember this is a double door. So I'll just draw that in as well, and then the thickness of the door is 1. I'll just draw a light construction line there, like that. Take my compass, put my compass at that point there, and then draw the door swing. All right, okay, and then here, because obviously the door will sit in there, so it means I have to draw a light construction line here and then extend the door swing down to that line. So the door swing must start there, because that's where the door will sit when the door is closed. All right, okay, so now I can just draw in the doors. So you must leave a gap there, because the door will sit there when you close the door. Obviously the door must have space there to sit. So I'll just draw a line here from there. The door will start there, and then I can just draw in the door, just like that. So when you close the door, obviously the door will sit there. So make sure you draw the door like this, because most of the time the learners will just draw the door from the slot there, which is incorrect. All right, okay, so I'll just complete this door this side, draw the double lines like that. Okay, so it means I'm done with door 2. So what I can do is I can mark that off. All right, and if you check on my floor plan, I added the door there. So I can mark that door, which is door 2, off. All right, and I also added a door here, so it means I can mark that off. All right, and do you still have a door? Yes, I have a door there, D2, so I have to add a door there. Okay, so obviously we have the door frame there, so I can just add the door. The door swing will open towards this wall here. So I'll start by drawing in the double lines for the door, and then the thickness of the door, remember it's 1, so just draw the thickness there, like that. Okay, that's where the door starts, so I can just draw that line in. Okay, and then I take my compass, I put my compass at that point there, and then to that point, the opposite point there. Okay, and then I draw the door swing like that, and then I can just draw the door in like that. Okay, so I think now I added all the doors, so I can mark that off. Okay, so now I can add the windows. So because I'm done with the doors, now I'll have to add all the windows. So we have window 2 and window 3, and also window 1 there. We have measurements for the windows. So this is window 1, this is window 2 and 3. All right, okay, so obviously window 2 will be up there, all right, by this room here, which is the kitchen. So window 2, where is window 2? Window 2 is there. So the length or the width of the window is 1000. So I'll divide it by 50 because the scale is 1:50, right? Okay, so the answer there, it's 20. So the length there of window 2 is 20. And then window 3, when I divide 800 by 50, what do I get? I get 16, so it's 16 there. Then 1500 divided by 50, it's 30. All right, so just write the 30 there. Okay, so I'll start with window 2 by the kitchen. So window 2 will be placed there, and then window 3, I added window 3 already. So obviously this is window 3 here. All right, so I added the window there. That's how you draw a window, but I'll show you how to draw it because I have to add a window there and a window down there, right? Okay, so the dimension for window 2 is 20. All right, so that's the width of window 2. Okay, so obviously when I measure this gap here, now obviously it's not 20, as you can see there, it's 14, and then half of 14, it's 7. So I'll just mark a midpoint there from this gap. All right, remember I have to draw window 2, and the width for that window is 20. So I'll just mark a midpoint there and measure 10 from the point to the left and 10 to the right, which is 20. All right, okay, then from those 2 points I can just draw 2 lines like that, 2 construction lines. Okay, and then it means obviously here I have that open gap and also the side, so I have to obviously draw in that line to where the window starts. All right, so obviously I have to draw in the wall, even the side. All right, okay, and then obviously here I'll have a windowsill. I have to draw in a windowsill, and most of the time the windowsill overlaps by 50 millimeters. So when I divide 50 by 50, I get 1. So it means I'll have to measure 1 millimeter from the wall going out. All right, okay, and then I'll have to draw in the windowsill there like that. Okay, then I can just draw outlines here like that. Okay, so now I have to draw the window frame there in the middle of the wall. All right, so make sure you draw the double lines right in the middle of the wall. This is the wall, so I'll have to draw double lines there as shown there. All right, that's how you draw a window. the double lines must be drawn in the middle of the wall, not on that line there. Please do not draw a line there, because this is the wall. So the window frame is placed in the middle of the wall. All right. Okay, so the middle of the wall is here, somewhere there. So I'll have to draw in double lines somewhere there. So I'll just draw a line there, and then remember, the thickness of the frames is 1. So if you can just mark a point there, measure 1, and then draw in the line. Okay, just like that. So that's how you draw a window. This is the correct window. All right. Okay, so I've added window 2 there. I can mark that off. I also have window 3. I can mark that off. So now I have to add window 1. Okay, so where is window 1? Window 1 is here, right? And the width of this window, it's 30. All right. Okay, so when I measure this opening here, I get 34. It's not 30. All right, so it means someone's mark a midpoint there. 34 divided by 2, it's 17. So I'll just mark a midpoint there, which is this point here. Okay, then since it's the width of the window is 30, it means from the point I'll measure 15 going to the left, 15 to the right. All right. Okay, and then draw light construction lines there like that, and then I'll just close that gap by adding an outline. Also this side, close that gap. All right. Okay, then remember the window sill overlaps, or it goes out by 50 millimeters, so it means I'll have to measure 1 millimeter going out from the wall. Okay, so just draw that in like that, and draw those 2 outlines. All right, and remember now I'll have to draw the window frame right in the middle of the wall. So obviously the center point will be there. All right. Okay, so I can just draw a line here and measure 1 millimeter. That's the thickness of the window frame. Then draw an outline there. Okay, just like that. So I've added window 1 on my floor plan. I can mark that off. So as you can see, I've added all the doors and windows, so I can just move to the next point. I can just mark this off. So now I'll have to add all the features as indicated by the abbreviations. All right. Okay, so I'll start with the sink there. The dimensions are given here. These are the dimensions. So I'll just quickly convert the dimensions to scale. So 500 divided by 50, it's 10. So I have 10 there. 400 divided by 50, it's 8. 850 divided by 50. Okay, this one is not important. I must convert that one up there. Okay, 1700 divided by 50, it's 34. All right. Okay, what else? Okay, that's it. I'll also convert the dimensions for the bath. So 700 divided by 50, it's 14. This is 34. 450 divided by 50. What's the answer? 450 divided by 50, it's 9. 700, it's 14. 200, it's 4. So just write the 4 there. The wash basin, 400, it's 8. So just write 8 there. 500. What's 500? It's 10. Just like that. Okay, so now I can just add my fixtures. All right, so I'll just start with the sink by the kitchen. All right, so I'll just add the sink somewhere there on that worktop. Right. Okay, what's the width or depth? The depth is 10. Okay, so if you measure the depth of the worktop there, it's 12. All right, so it means I can measure one from the wall going in and also from this edge going in. Okay, and then this is what, 10 from this point to this point. So I'll just use those 2 points to draw my sink. So I'll just draw a light construction line there, a light construction line there. All right, so I can just add the sink somewhere there. Okay, so what's the length? The length is 34. Okay, I'll measure 34 there. 34 is there. I'll draw in that. Just draw the rectangle like that. As you can see, I've placed the sink right in the middle of the worktop. All right. Okay, so this is the double sink. Right, it's not a single sink. So obviously I have to draw those 2 things, but remember I have to draw the graphic symbol. All right. Okay, so as you can see there, it's 450. So 450 divided by 50, it's 9. So it means this is 9, this is 9. Okay, so here I'll just measure 1 going in and draw a light construction line there. Okay, so 9 plus 9 is 18. So 9 plus 9, yes, it's 18. So I'll just mark a point there, draw a light construction line there. Okay, and then the depth of that part, it's 8. All right, so it means I'll measure 1 from that line going in, 1, and also the side 1. And when you measure that part now, it's 8. Okay, so I'll just draw a line there and a line there. Okay, then the midpoint there, it's 9. Okay, so now I can just draw in those 2 squares, and the 2 squares must touch, they must share one side. So let me just show you, just like that, like that. So they must share this side there. All right. Okay, that's how we draw the symbol. But remember, I have to add the small circles there. Okay, so this is the graphic symbol, right, for a double sink. All right. Okay, so now I can mark the sink off. All right. Okay, and then I have the wash basin there, so I can just quickly add the wash basin by the wall there. Okay, the width of the wash basin, it's 10. So I can mark a point there and measure 10. 10 will be there. Then I'll just draw 2 lines going out like that. And then the depth, it's 8. So I'll measure 8 there, then draw that in. Just like that, with a circle. Okay, so I've added the wash basin, so now I have to add the water closet. Okay, the depth of the water closet, it's 9, so I'll have to place the water closet there. I'll just place it next to the window in the middle. So 9, it's the depth. And then I'll just draw lines. Please make sure that the water closet is placed on the wall, right? Okay, and then the length is 14, and then that part there it's 4. Okay, so measure 4 there, and then the whole length, the total length there it's 14, so just mark there. Okay, and then I'll just draw a line there, a line there, then I complete my symbol by drawing an outline there, an outline there. Okay, so this is the water closet. I'm done with the water closet. So now that means I have to draw in the bath there. Okay, so the length of the bath is 34, and then the depth is 14. Okay, so I'll place it at the corner there. The depth is 14, so I'll just mark 14 there and draw a line. Then the length is 34, so on that line I'll just measure 34 and then draw in the path there like that with a circle there. So this is the path. So I'm done with the path. I can mark that off. Okay, what else? I think I added all the features as indicated by the abbreviations, so it means I can mark that off. Now I will move to the next point, which is the electrical fittings. All right, so for the fittings, obviously I have number 1 there up to 7, so I'll just check the numbers there. So I'll start with number 1, which is the one-way switch, single pole. So that switch is the switch here, all right, with that line there, which is the pole. So this is the single pole, all right, as indicated there. The double pole, it's the one with 2 lines. Okay, so it means by that number there I'll have to add the switch, which is the one-way switch single pole. So for that symbol, obviously we are given, we have to draw it exactly as it is, a circle with a straight line and a pole. All right, okay, and then this switch is connected to number 3. Number 3 is the fluorescent light. All right, okay, so the fluorescent light, the symbol, it's this one here. Okay, so it means I'll have to draw a straight line there, and then I'll just draw those 2 end lines at an angle of 90 like that. Okay, and if you check there, it's 2 by 60 watts. All right, so I have to write that down just here. So I'll just say 2 by 60 watts, and then I'll just connect this with the light. All right, okay, so it means I have added that. I can mark it off, and then I move to this one here, number 2. Okay, number 2, it's one-way switch, double pole, so I have to draw this symbol by the wall there. So obviously I'll draw a circle, all right, with a straight line, and then I'll have to add the double lines there, that which indicates the 2 poles. So it means there's 2 light switches. All right, okay, and then this switch is connected to number 4 and number 5, as you can see the arrows there. And note that the arrow shows the light connection to the switch, right? So the arrows shows that the light is connected to that switch. All right, okay, so number 5 and 4, they are connected to number 2. Okay, so I'll have to add number 4. Number 4 is the ceiling light. Okay, the ceiling light is just a cross, so I'll just add a cross there. Okay, and then draw a neat wavy line there. Okay, and then we have number 5. Number 5 is the wall mounted light. That light is this one here. This is the ceiling light. This is the fluorescent light. Okay, so I have to draw this way, just outside the house. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to draw in the base plate of the light. All right, and then I can just draw in the cross. Okay, so just draw the cross there like that, and then the wavy line like that. Okay. Okay, so I can just mark that off. All right. Oh, we'll also have this light here, which is the ceiling light, so I have to add that one as well. Outside here by the veranda, so just draw the cross quickly, just like that. Then this light is connected along this light here. Okay, as you can see the arrow there. So I can mark that off. Okay, so now I'll have to move to this connection here. I have number 2 there, which is the one-way switch double pole. Okay, so by that wall there, I'll have to add a switch like that. Draw a line with double lines like that. And then I have number 4 there. Number 4 is the ceiling light. Okay, so it means I have to draw a cross. So for a ceiling light, you just draw a cross like that, and then I just connect the switch to the light. And then we have number 4 as well here, so just draw a cross there like that, connect the light to the switch. Okay, and then I can mark that off. Okay, so I have 7 there. 7 is the socket outlet. Okay, and then number 6 there, number 6 there. Number 6 is the switched socket outlet. Okay, I'll start with the socket outlet there. Okay, so add it by this wall. So a socket outlet is a half circle or a semicircle, all right, with a line there, a straight line. Okay, please, for the socket outlets, please do not draw a circle. And then for the light switches, please draw a full circle. All right, and that full circle must be drawn next to the wall. All right. Okay, so you must see the difference between a switch and a socket outlet. A socket outlet, you just draw a half circle with a straight line. Okay, it's the symbol here. Okay, and then this is the switched socket outlet, which is number 6. So where there is 6, I'll have to add the switched socket outlet. So start here, half circle with a straight line there. Okay, and then also here a half circle with a straight line like that. Okay, so I can mark that off, that off, that off. All right, so it means I've added all the electrical fittings there, so it means I can mark that point off, the electrical fittings, as indicated by the numbers. Okay, the hatching, I've already hatched my floor plan there. So this is the civil hatching. As you can see there, it's double lines, space, double lines, space, double space, just like that. All right, but the floor plan is not complete. If you check there from the instructions at the bottom there, they said label the following. I have to label the room designations. All right, if you check here, I have the floor plan there, right? They have indicated the room designations. Number 1 is the living area, number 2 is the kitchen, number 3 is the bathroom, blah blah blah. All right, so I have to label the rooms. Okay, so this is the kitchen, so I have to obviously type or print, not type, print kitchen there. Okay, so this is the room designation. It's a kitchen, and then the floor finish is tiles. All right. Okay, then we have number 1 there, which is living area. So I'll add the living area there. Living area. Okay, and then we have number 5, which is the veranda. So the veranda is here outside, so I'll just add it there, veranda. Okay, number 3, it's the bathroom. The bathroom is there, so just write there, bathroom. Okay, and here let me just draw those lines. I have number 4, which is the bedroom. Bedroom is there. Okay, so I'm done with the labels. So obviously I labeled all the rooms there. Okay, what else? I'll just go back to the instructions there. So I'm done with the floor plan. So this is the complete floor plan. All right, so that means I'm done with this question.